Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today with Valorant news and lots of drama on the timeline the last 24 hours or so with regards to this last chance qualifier bracket that has come out. The pros not necessarily too happy with the format that is being discussed. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. It really does help the channel grow. Let's dive into things then. So this got confirmed. We did talk about it in yesterday's video if you guys missed it on exactly what the bracket is going to be for the upcoming North America and Oceania last chance qualifier. This of course is the bracket if you guys missed it. So you've got 100 Thieves, Cloud9, GenG, xNed, Order. So Order and of course Chiefs, those being the two Oceania teams coming in from Australia. And I mean, they are going to have a very difficult time, Order especially, in the way this bracket is formatted. So effectively the way it works is if you win this tournament, you go to the champions, right? Now in order to win the tournament, you've got to go through the upper bracket, at least to the point where you can drop down to the losers and still have a decent chance of making it all the way through. The problem is with xNed and Order, the way they sit, and FaZe Clan and Luminosity, is that if they lose, they're straight out of the tournament with no chance to actually make it to the grand finals and win the entire thing. And well, this is effectively, for these teams, a single elimination situation, which certainly has caused a fair bit of controversy over these last 24 hours or so. This from Hiko, definitely not a fan of this format. This has been a big discussion, to be honest, in the Call of Duty scene this past year, when for the World Championship, some teams were starting in the lower bracket. They could lose once at the World Championship and go straight out of the tournament. This is a pretty similar thing, but to add fuel to the fire is what Dick Stacey here says in a second we'll have a look at. So this from Hiko, certainly not a fan, the 100 Thieves guys. Nitro says a very similar thing as well here in the upper quarterfinals they were in, so not too bad for them, but for the other guys it is not necessarily ideal. No LAN should be single elim no matter what. Of course, technically this is double elim, but for some of the matchups it's single elimination, right? For xNed and Order, if they lose, they're straight out of the tourney straight away, which is really difficult, especially for a team like Order that's got to come over from Australia and go through the quarantine process that Dick Stacey's going to dive into. So this is really causing a lot of controversy. I wonder exactly what could happen here, because that has been the case before, where some lobbying, I suppose, on the Reddit and social media has got right to change their minds, but it's somewhat difficult to see what exactly they would change to make this better. But as Dick Stacey says right here, of course, player for Order, formerly, memes pretty heavily in the Counter-Strike scene. What do you mean, bro? I reckon both Aussie teams are stoked to fly from beautiful Kangaroo Land, 16 hours and 21 days in quarantine, so of course the flight is ridiculous already. Then they've got to do the whole quarantine thing for a potential single best of 3 after 9 months of qualifiers. That's the thing, at least the North American teams, they've had more opportunities in the past to make it to champions, but for the Australian guys it's a little bit more challenging. And if they were to just go out straight away, the likes of Order, like they've got to fly home after all this, that is it's something which is not necessarily the most ideal situation. So I wonder what they could do to fix it. I wonder if it's possible to lobby right into making some sort of change. But I believe it kicks them on October the 12th. They've got a week and a bit to try and figure out what could potentially happen here. Because definitely the pro players not particularly happy about it. This also from the 100 Thieves side, as Ethan says, 4th time this week having a scrim cancelled on us. It's really not that hard to job to book scrims correctly. It's a spreadsheet. I mean the CDL, this type of thing happens all the time, right, with the players dipping from scrims. And so 100 Thieves certainly not happy with teams that not turning up on time for whatever reason, cancelling the scrims when they don't want to, which is I wonder exactly which teams they could be referring to. Just to finish out the video with this, as George Geddes points out, I don't really cover trial news and articles since I tend to cover confirmed news. Here is the current info. So Gen.G and Giza trialing with the former EZ5 core. Russia is still with TSM, as we talked about a couple of days ago. JamEZ likely to look elsewhere from Evil Geniuses. Pancakes and Mame trialing with ABX at their present time. So certainly something to keep your eyes on here in the coming days. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out that YouTube algorithm. Like you enjoyed this content, other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the Valorant competitive community. Thanks for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.